Damn, never seen so many people on time. Do we still want to wait a few minutes, I guess?
I think the server doesn't have a majority of US. I think it's a majority of Swiss people because it's so
on time.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. I think we made it so unclear how everything is going to work that everybody wanted to make sure to understand this whole shit show that we are doing. I'm sorry, guys. I wanted to put my webcam. I actually bought a webcam just for showing my ugly face to all you guys, but seems like that we are too many people and the Discord doesn't work like this with the webcam.
How stressful was the day?
Nah, not too bad. Not too bad. I think nothing can beat 2 a.m. in the morning responding on the governance channel. Nothing. It
went off there, Danny. You were like on the business.
Yeah, it was really fun. But it's important that I'm always here, and I think we changed quite dramatically everything. So it was important to try to get everybody on the same page. And I have seen that the community in this has been amazing because after I logged out, other from the community have been helping other people understanding what was going on, etc., etc. So I'm really excited about this. Everybody here has been so helpful, and we almost don't need moderators because everybody here is becoming a moderator. So it's great. Has been great. And we need to change our bot actually from when IDO to when IFO.
True. Madrone, can you get on that?
Exactly.
Wendy is getting ready. Don't worry. Wendy will be ready.
Wendy needs to be updated to the new standards.
Apparently, she's not following the governance channel.
Yeah, exactly. And everybody here should follow the governance Reddit because it's important. I think we will give just a couple of minutes, but we can get things started. And anyway, who is on this call, I hope that will be so kind to, after that you got all your answers, if somebody else is popping out in hours in which I'm not available or something, can kind of help out and try to get everybody on board, because at the end of the day, a part of succeeding on a technological part, if we are going to succeed all together, is also because we build a community that is helpful to each other. So we can build the best tech in the world, but that is not going to be enough to make it in this high competitive environment that is the world in general. And but on the other hand, if we are a community, a group of people that help each other explain how to gain more yield, how to make things happen, then that is really the ultimate goal of building projects that are decentralized at the end of the day, right?
Yeah, and I mean, I think that's also the reason why we decided not to go the VC route, right? I think it's clear that the fair launch that we want to do is because the best tech can only be built with the best community as well. And so just going and getting funding at a VC or whatever just isn't really that helpful, to be honest.
No, it has become almost decremental. You can totally see projects like Algorand, for example. Yes, they can pay a lot of people to build things, but that doesn't excite. Like excitement comes from the open source. When I first got Bitcoins, it was insane. Like the excitement that was around Bitcoin was unbelievable, and you would even imagine for getting somebody to accept your Bitcoins, you would pay 10 or 20% more worth of Bitcoins to these people just because they were like, thank you, man. You're making the difference, right? In accepting these payments and stuff. And the big things are built from scratch and from an evaluation of 0, because it's there where the community builds up. It's when there is the interest, the money interest is after the community interest, right? It's really so.
Cool. Should we start things off then?
Yeah, I was thinking that I want to be sorry a little bit. I hope I will not answer questions that are not relative to the IFO of tomorrow, because in my opinion, here we need to be on the same page of what the fuck is going to happen tomorrow, to be honest. Anything else about the protocol, how Popsicle works, let's take it next week, guys, please. I'm sorry. But I think we have a lot to unpack about what is going to happen tomorrow. And we need to make it very clear what must be the expectation, what is going to happen, and how is actually going to happen. I hope everybody's on board on this, but that is what is going to happen today.
Yeah, exactly. And I think because of that, I think we should probably just kick off in terms of why we kind of had this scrambling together in the last, 30 hours or whatever to kind of change this IDO and everything. If you can just speak towards like where that idea came from and everything.
Yeah, so guys, I mean, from the beginning, I've said that I am a non-anonymous founder at this moment, and because I'm not anonymous, I'm also have a reputation on the line. I'm almost like a proof of authority node, you know. and from the beginning, I said that this project needs to be built for the community and by the community, and we started throwing ideas. That was my thinking, our thinking as a team, right? Was to say, we think that we can try to do things this way, but we start building the community first behind the vision that we have together towards yield enhancement and the MMs of MMs, but at the same time, we want to capture that involvement and make sure that we are not the only ones that have all the answers, right? And in this, I have to applause the community and everybody that is listening here, and also people that unfortunately might have not made it to this Ask Me Anything session, because everybody of you, I mean, I've never seen such good conversations in any Discord channel, like, and also so good memes at the same time, to be honest. So it's really I really appreciating, and that's why we have changed everything basically at this point, based on the feedback of the community in the last 2 weeks, right? So we started with the idea we're going to do an IDO for 10% of the supply, and it's going to be a free-for-all, and what the fuck is going to happen is going to happen. Then the community said, like, listen, but we are early here. We are actually participating. We're giving our voice, and this should be awarded something to... And I agreed. So the reality is that we wanted the community to grow with us, and I think that fair lunch means giving to everybody that is actually contributing. And because of that, I think that since we have been deciding to do the airdrop, so the 7% of the total supply airdrop, the community has grown even more and more. But what amazes me is not the numbers of people that has come to the Popsicle Finance Discord or to our Reddits or to our Twitter, but is the quality and the voice that this community has raised, right? Like that is a real parameter of judgment of what is happening. And this voice has been gradually growing till the point that about 30 hours ago, we realized that it was not the will of all the community all together to do the IDO, right? So I think you would agree with me. and we had a very deep conversation with everybody, and specifically one person has been very active into this conversation, and we wanted to bring it to the vote. We wanted to actually make everybody happy, right? Like I understand that it's something that is almost impossible, but when you really try hard, you reach almost 100%. Like it's when you're not even trying to, is when things get fucked. And we are just at the beginning, and I wanted to show everybody that my intention is that we are a democratic, a real decentralized autonomous organization. We are not just, oh, there is Daniele, there is a Squirrel, there is like, no, this is something that doesn't bring anything good to the table. And it's true that we have been as a team thinking about how to do a fair launch in 2021 a lot. Like a fair launch of 2020 is not anymore a fair launch now, today. Because when you are in a complete bear market, you can airdrop anything. And you don't even know if it's going to go anywhere. At this point, we are in a fucking bull market. And anything you're throwing out, any airdrop or whatever, is worth something, right? So you need to really think about how much you're going to give and to who you're going to give these tokens to, and based on what parameters you're going to give them, and because you are literally deciding what is the future of this community from the beginning. And there has been a discussion on bonding curves and balancer style IDO. But realistically, like if you really think about it, we can make an IDO anyway. But at a certain point, we were speaking with the team and everybody. It's like an IDO is not a fair launch by definition. Like it's not. It's a new way to do some sort of micro ICO or money grab or some sort of like rug pulling. Like it fucking sucks. And then I said, and I went to Squirrel and I said, like, dude, fuck IDOs. Like this is 2021. Realistically, the funding for all these projects it has started by us as team members, but will come from the token. We wanted to align the interests of what we are doing with what you are getting, right? And this is super, super important. And the alignment stays in making sure that the tokens accrue value, because we will need the resources in maybe 6 to 10 months to be able to keep building and building and building and building bigger and better and faster and more efficient and whatever, because the vision is here, the tech is here, the new product is here. Nobody else has done what we are trying to achieve, and so the community is here. So we have all the cards right. Why fuck it up with the fucking shit show on an IDO? Like that was literally what was the thinking behind changing everything so fast. And as you can imagine, we haven't really slept much, because we promised we were going to launch tomorrow. We're going to fucking launch tomorrow, because that's very important. Like if we did a community vote, we said we're going to launch on Saturday. I don't want to lose another week for what, right? We are going to make it. We're going to make it the fucking best launch ever in DeFi. And it's going to be incredible. It's going to be insane, because I don't even know what is going to happen, because anyone has ever done a cross-chain airdrop plus initial farming fucking thing, right? It's kind of degen by definition.
Yeah, it's full-on revolutionary, right? Even starting off with the cross-chain aspect, right? So I think let's get into actually how it's gonna go down and everything, and then maybe after that we can get into the specific questions.
Yes. So let's look at a little bit the phases and what has been done and said till now. So we get to the point of what is going to happen tomorrow. We have an initial airdrop for the 7% of the ICE tokens that has been decided. So first of all, there will be no need of any fucking website where you need to claim blah 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 blah. No, easy peasy. We're gonna send it out, right? On all the address that we have snapshotted on or collected based on the information of the various airdrops. You will just find them in your wallet. How you're gonna do? I mean, I hope that everybody's gonna try at least for grabbing this money, even if I know some of you guys here they're gonna dump on me, but that is a reality.
Let's quickly go
check.
into the airdrop aspect, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So what chains and so forth.
Yeah, so you will need to make sure that you added on your MetaMask both FTM and BSC. This project is not FTM something, right? Like it's not focused on FTM. We are a cross-chain, cross-blockchain project. So we're not going to airdrop only exclusively on FTM anymore. We're going to airdrop on both FTM and BSC. So make sure that you will activate your wallet for both chains. If you don't know how to do it, it's very simple. You go to popsicle.funds, and on the center upper part, there is like an icon with the various blockchains. You can click on it, and every time you click on a different one, like FTM or BSC, it already opens your MetaMask and automatically adds it with a click to your wallet. So it's going to be very, very easy, right? And how this airdrop will be distributed. So we said, and we have shown the various snapshots. So we have a 2.5% of the total supply that is a Discord airdrop. But this Discord airdrop, if I'm recalling right, has been closed on the 18th as snapshot. So we are estimating that about 800 to 850 people are going to get 1.25% of that, and the around 100 people that have been active in the very, very early days are going to get the other half. So you reach Discord guys, make sure to help out. You're going to get the tokens 50% on FTM and 50% of BSC. Yeah, please guys, like be active, do something. You are like the core of this airdrop, and I expect you to be also the core of our governance and all the things that are going to happen. So this airdrop that is the biggest one is going to be on both chains, 50-50. You're going to get ICE on FTM Opera and ICE on Binance Smart Chain. Then we have the 1% cream. There has been a little bit of drama, guys, on this fucking cream airdrop, but it's cool. It's ICE cream. I mean, what the fuck? It was supposed to happen by default. So the cream guys have added 300 addresses. I asked no question, okay? Like, I trust them. I know them. They are cool people. They have been in trouble lately, so we're going to give them a little bit of love, and love will come back. So it's always like this. Karma comes back. And it's going to be airdropped on FTM. As you all know, like Andre has been pushing FTM, so they are part of the Yearn Finance ecosystem. So let's give them the money where they want it, okay? Then we have 1% on Sushi LPs providers on BSC and FTM. We did this snapshot, and we already know who provides liquidity on BSC and who provides liquidity on FTM. I really care about this snapshot. I hope that they will be able to give a little bit back also to us, wrapping a little bit of LP on our ICE. So we're going to distribute it on the chain where they're already active. Then we have the 0.5% of the Sushi swappers on FTM. The crazy airdrop is like 7,000 freaking addresses. There is going to be bots, all sorts of fucking stuff in the middle of that. It's very little for that reason. So it's going to be on FTM. Then we have the dark nodes that is around 800 addresses. that they're like Ren is supporting BSC at the moment, so you can wrap to BSC directly, and we are going to deploy to BSC where they're more familiar. And then we have the badgers, the super badger guys. That is a ton of people. We know that a lot of them, probably there is in the middle addresses of people that is farming voting tokens, right? So we're gonna give them to BSC where they belong.
Yeah, and just quickly on Badger, the reason why that's not being distributed on Ethereum is because obviously gas is high, and if we would make a claim button, then essentially you would be paying more for the gas than you're actually getting in ICE. And so we thought, you know what, let's just do it on BSC because it's the same address, right? And so everyone's going to be able to claim that on BSC. Do you want to quickly chat about how, we're only doing the airdrops on BSC and on FTM, but there obviously is the bridge for ICE. Do you want to talk about
so the ICE token is deployed on Ethereum because on Ethereum we have the highest guarantee on decentralization for the later deployment of the decentralized autonomous organization and all the governance that we are going to do over the course of the next month. And definitely it's bridged and wrapped by the multi-chain.xyz and is brought to FTM and BSC via bridge. So we are doing that initially, right? So you always have a peg to go back to Ethereum. The reason why we're not airdropping on Ethereum is because, first of all, the user experience on clicking and claiming your freaking airdrop is terrible. I fucking hate it. And we don't want people to pay gas fees that they don't want to pay. So who wants to then bridge it back to Ethereum will be able to do so, and it will be incentivized by the fact that farms will be all on all free chains and distributed equally. So there will be potential for arbitrage and a lot of cool stuff going on. So we really leave it to the community to decide after where they want to be. Now, I do not know if by tomorrow we will have deployed the BSC to Phantom Bridge Direct. This I cannot, it's not in my hands, it's in Andrew's hands. I think it might be possible that there will be, or there might not be. That doesn't really matter because I think distributing this airdrop on both chains creates liquidity where it's required.
Yeah.
So this arises the last question. Like everybody was like, what is going to be the last airdrop look like? Because there was still 1% of the airdrop to be allocated. Then we decided we had plans, and for who thought that we were going to send it to frap the USDT, it was very likely that we were going to do it. But just so everybody know. And the last thing we were thinking, what we were thinking again, I don't even remember. Curve.
Yeah.
We were thinking about doing a curve airdrop. Well, that is not going to happen anymore. But who thought about it? If you thought about curve, DM me because you're a monster. Like, you really.
Your DMs are probably exploding right now.
Yeah, but really. So we have this 1%, and yesterday we thought, okay, so we don't have an IDO. We are giving tokens around, then where is the liquidity coming from, right? We need you guys, especially who gets the airdrop, and people must be in this that are listening, that are getting the airdrop, right, from Discord. We need you guys, please, to create the first pools. But we are going to give you a lot for that reason. So 1% of the remaining total supply that is to be distributed will be distributed equally between all addresses that provide liquidity on any chain. So Ethereum, Phantom, BSC. But we are going to incentivize, because yesterday we were thinking we put the XXX because we were thinking what kind of pairs we want to incentivize. I don't want that somebody makes a shitcoin ICE. Like, that is ridiculous. Like, they create the fucking token and then that's not going to happen. So we're going to incentivize only certain dexes that are going to be Sushi, Uniswap, and Pancake, and certain pairs. So on Binance the Smart Chain, we are going to incentivize ICE BNB pair and ICE Frapped USDT. Okay. Then on Phantom, we are going to incentivize ICE with Frapped USDT and ICE W Phantom for all the fanboys out here. So then on Ethereum, we're going to incentivize ICE USDT and ICE Ethereum, because I am almost an Ethereum maximalist. Almost. When I don't jerk off in front of the Bitcoin logo. So how is this going to happen? So we have our snapshot. We will take a snapshot in between the 48 hours since we started Airdrop. For being eligible as an LP, you must provide a minimum on 300 ICE per address. Okay, a minimum. I know you will say, but the whales, no, they can create a lot of addresses. Yes, guys, like, you can always fucking cheat. Like, that is how life. You should try to cheat too, right? So that is how it's working. We have a minimum, at least we put a minimum, so people is not going to bot the fuck out of this. You need quite a lot of ICE, and they're circulating, so it's still something.
And I think, just as a side note, quick, most people that are getting airdrops are most likely going to get more than 300 ICE.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So I think that everybody of you can really provide to this, right? And ape together strong. So this is motto. Cioè, this, everybody can provide a little bit of liquidity. It's not too much, it's not crazy money, but 1,000 people that provide 300 ICE, it's very deep. We did the liquidity, right? So really, guys, like, if you feel like, but I don't know, if you never try to be an LP, try it. This is a good chance to see how it works, right? And it's just not going to cost much money, and realistically, you're going to get paid for that, right? You will get your payoff.
So you'll get the LP fees, obviously, right? Plus you'll get the extra ICE from the airdrop.
Exactly. And I think this is how we build up the liquidity in the first 48 hours, right? Mm-hmm. And then the ICE, some will buy, some will sell, of course. But the fees in the first 48 hours, I think, are going to be very high, because the volume will be very high in between who wants to dump their bags to me and who wants to buy my bags, right? So this is very, very important that we try to build this, and we make it as deep as possible, and we make it all together. Then
just quick, I just saw a question here which I thought was valid. If one address provides liquidity on the same pair on all three chains, would they get 3x airdrop?
With the same, if it's with the same address, you will get the airdrop on all three. Yes. Yeah, actually, yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, it's correct like this. If you are providing liquidity all across, it's right that you get to triple your.
Exactly. It's essentially address per chain.
Yeah, address per chain. Yeah, the snapshot is going to include address per chain.
Yeah.
So this was a very good question, but very valid. Thank you. So what is going to happen next, right? So everybody's like started to troll somebody started to say, the whales will coming. It's finished, it's over. Others are excited. So let's address the situation. The whales are coming and are going to kill the project, and they're going to eat everything, the small fish, the plankton. Nah, this is not going to happen. So let's not forget that who is getting the most money is the Discord airdrop, the airdroppers. The ones that get the least money, in my opinion, are the Sushi LP providers of the Snapshot 2 and the Badgers, because there is a lot of farmers there, but we needed to make it fair. So we can't just pick who is true to their voting or not, right? This is a lot of supply. And 3% of the remaining supply is going to be distributed in a month, not in a day. So it's going to take a month for somebody to take all that ice. And realistically speaking, it's going to be what is going to happen is that we are voting new coins every week. So it's going to be very diluted in reality, which is very good, which is very, very, very good. And who got the airdrop and who buys actually? Who buys during the first day, because I think it's valid to try to snag all the dumpers, right? In the first few days, is going to be able to stake their ice and get 3x the rewards in front of what they get the whales, right? Or whoever stakes on the USDT side in the first week. So I think it's super fair, to be honest. It's very difficult that the ICE tokens are in the hands. It's very unlikely that somebody is able to buy in the first days millions worth of ICE. It's very unlikely. It's almost impossible. Because people are going to stake it, blah, blah, blah. It's not. And the more they buy, somebody buy, the more the price goes up. The circulating supply is locked into the ICE farms. So I really don't see how people can game this. It's also a good opportunity for people, anybody, to just acquire ICE without the need to buying it on the market, right? And just hold it. So I think overall, the design is very good to Fairline.
I think just quick, Danny, I think I just saw a comment in terms of, Madness made it, where he said most people will get less than 300 ICE as far as he knows. The Snapshot 3 is 7K people, which is less than 40 ICE. Besides that snapshot, most people are going to be getting more than 300 ICE, right?
Yeah.
And I think also the aspect is that we can't forget is we'll talk about the staking and farming now, right? But not everyone has to provide LP, right? All we're saying is that by giving the incentive of a 1% total supply airdrop, there is the incentive of supplying LP instead of farming, right? And so I think this is where it comes down to seeing, does it make more sense for me to farm, or does it make more sense for me to be an LP, right? Also, you're earning fees with the LP. And so I think that's kind of the beauty of it, that we're giving this decision, and we're also you almost have an opportunity to ARB farm and ARB LP, so to speak. And that's what kind of will make the game very interesting.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, my brain is almost burning for how much we thought about this, and I think I think at the end of the day, ape's gonna ape, whale's gonna whale, fish gonna fish. Doesn't fucking matter. The point is that we didn't do an IDO where we could have get wrecked, because really, maybe potentially some whale could have known and could have gamed the whole system and bought most of the supply, and then that would have been a problem. Even if somebody would farm all the ice, it still wouldn't get. It's impossible. Like it's impossible that you farm because the most of the supply farmed, you need to have ice, right? So it's really impossible to just farm it all as just by having USDT, right? So this is the beauty, and as you said, also the airdrop gives opportunity for others, and you need ice also to get that airdrop, right? Because you need to build the LP with ice. So who doesn't have any ice needs to buy it, even if he wants to get a chance to accumulate more on the farms. And in my opinion, there is a chance to buy ice, and people are gonna buy ice. And I don't want to no financial advice, but fucking moon. So
Sweet. Should we talk about the farming?
yeah. So let's get to the farming side of things. Then the farming is. Please don't smoke. We need you alive. I was looking. So we have 4 weeks of farming. It's non-linear. There is more money in the pot for who comes earlier, as it should be. We have 724,500 ice, 3x rewards to the ice single-sided pool, and standard, the rest goes to the USDT pool on all chains. So what does that mean? Like, it's not distributed equally. Like, it's not distributed based on how much money you have total. So there is distributed each chain. So it means that on the farm on ETH, it's fixed amount. On the farm on BSC, it's fixed amount. And on FTM, it's fixed amount. So if somebody goes full on Ethereum with 100 million on Ethereum, it's not going to get more out of the other pools. It's just going to get part of the allocation that is to Ethereum. So this is very interesting because it really proves that people can move across our bridges, the multi-chain bridge. And I want to see that the whole idea here is to prove that there is a market, it exists. The new DeFi is cross-chain, and when you experience it, it's fucking fantastic. And we need to push this idea. Then right away on Monday, we're going to start adding voting for new coins, because finally we will have tokens out, so we have the snapshot page, and hopefully you guys will come to vote, and I'm really looking forward to that. And we will add more pools single-sided. This is the first month. In the first month, we will do pool single-sided, and if we will want to add LPs, I think we probably will add in week 3 or week 2 incentivization in ICE to pools that we decide all together between the pools that have the most liquidity, right? So this is the whole idea of farming. It's very simple. You get your ice, you stuck them in the freezer, and you take out more freaking ice. That's it.
Yeah, and I mean, asset-wise, as said, first week is going to be FUSDT FUSDT on BSC and on Phantom, USDT on Ethereum, and then ICE on all of the chains as well.
Yeah.
And then following that, the second week, we add whatever was voted in on the snapshot.page. And then, that will then be farmed as well.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be total ape show, guys. Like we are in a total forest, aping around and jumping 3 to 3 for the first 48 hours. I have no freaking idea what is going to happen, to be honest. I just know that the economics make sense, right?
Yeah.
And the design makes sense. Some people will exploit, and I guarantee you, it's good as it's fine. But for sure, we addressed what the community wanted. So making sure that whales are not able to be the ones controlling the supply, in my opinion, and that the price will be set by the community and by the true believers rather than us, which I think it's also important, right?
Well, I think that's the interesting part, right? Like the aspect that there isn't really a price, so to speak. So whoever starts making the pools, like we kind of, all of us that make the pools start deciding on a price, which is very interesting, right? It's not like the team essentially says, hey, the price is this much or whatever, right? Where none of us actually know this, right? Plus, obviously, even more of an aspect is the thing that it's going to start on all three chains at the same time, right? So which price is the true price? Right? Is it the one on BSC? Is it the one on FTM? Is it the one? That's going to be a crazy environment by itself.
Yeah, I think also it's arbitrage fest in some way.
Yeah.
Because how they're gonna arbitrage. First of all, let's not forget, guys, that arbitrage on Ethereum at the moment is atomic. Atomic means that it resolves in the same block, and that if some of the conditions are not met, the arbitrage will not close the loop. So will not lose money by default. It will lose money also only on gas fees. But there is smart contracts that don't even use gas for doing arbitrage at the moment. But in this case, we are in free chains, and you cannot make a smart contract that goes from one chain to another in an atomic way. So it's arbitrage fest for manual people, for the true crowd. So it's gonna be fun.
Just quick, here someone asked about airdrops to voters in First Snapshot. The LP airdrop, so the 1% is the last percent that will be airdropped. There's not going to be any more airdrops, unless, of course, at some point in time, the community votes on a proposal that there should be more. But that's going to be later down the road, maybe. Regarding what time tomorrow, someone asked. Do you want to explain why kind of a time can't be defined and everything?
Yeah, time can't be defined because it needs to be kind of stealth. Because if I start building myself something, some LPs or whatever, people is going to just jumping on those pools. So we are going to airdrop. I can say that it's going to be probably in our afternoon, but we are not going to say when. It's going to be free for all. What happens, happens. We are going to send the money and good luck.
I also think that obviously time isn't a huge deal in the model that we have now, right? With the IDO or with an LBP or a bonding curve or a fucking ICO, it's obviously way more important about kind of being there straight away, right? But if you miss out on 1 hour of farming or 2 hours of farming or whatever, it's not a huge deal, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's not. I'm looking at the chat and I was seeing that the airdrop distribution be weighted by how much liquidity an account provides. No, it's going to be distributed equally to all providers. So if you put like 100 million, you're going to get the same as a guy that puts 300 ICE.
Yeah.
Then they're asking how to calculate the value of the ICE for LP. Man, I don't know. If you think that is too high, the value for you to create the LP, dump on the pool. It's gonna go down, and then you build it up, right? Like that. That is the fair game.
Yeah. Just gonna scroll through some.
We have some people saying that 300 ICE token is too much. So if you want to just comment on that or do anything, Daniele or Squirrel, whatever.
I think.
Well, I mean, what is the right amount of ICE? I guess I think maybe And maybe we can even get a poll going or something. I think so. The reason why there needs to be, or Danny, do you want to talk about why there needs to be?
I think there needs to be a minimum, just because if not, someone can create a bot that constantly creates like liquidity. But there is an inherent risk on making it with a little bit of money, because if it goes in and out, it can get wrecked, and it changes the way like the situation is the following, right? When I create an LP, I create it with the price of the pool, no? So let's make a realistic thing. So let's say that the 300 ice is going to be worth 300 tether. Okay. So at that moment, if I build an LP, I will put $300 and 300 ice. Now, if I am a botter and I have no minimum requirement, what is going to happen is that I can create something, a pool on FTM or on BSC, spending 20 cents every time I enter and exit the pool, with just 1 cent per side, right? And it doesn't matter if next is going to cost like $1.3 per ice, because it's still so small, the amount, that they're not going to get wrecked by the changing of the amount of money that you put in the pool.
Yeah, so
it's a little bit complicated. Like I think it's a little bit complicated, but the point is that if the price constantly changes, and if I make the bot that requires a minimum amount of money, every time changes a little bit, right? And the bot cannot calculate that if there is sizable amount, and it needs much more capital for that reason.
So that's the one issue, right? And the other issue is the fact that if you don't put a minimum, then you're just gonna have everyone go farming, right? And then take one ice or even half an ice and put it into the LP, meaning that then the distribution of the airdrop goes to shit as well, right?
I wanted to explain, like, I think DJ and Dave, is saying that you make one bot that does 300 ads. No. So the price of ice changes constantly. Every time you put out the money, you're taking the impermanent loss. Okay? So if you stay in the pool, it's actually, it rebalances itself. But if you make a lot of addresses, you need, on a very theoretical level, somebody could make 300 addresses and put 300 each address. No, but you need a lot of fucking ice to do that. So they will need to buy it, right? So it's still fair, in my opinion. Like, and if they do that, they're buying ice from everybody and ice moon. How can we calculate the impermanent loss and make an estimate in such a short time? We can't.
No one can, exactly.
Like, if you are an LP, consider that it's like you are buying ice. Okay? Just to put the money that you would be okay to buy ice on, right? I think that is a good way of looking at it. Like, I would be okay to have $300 more of ice, for example, then I will be an LP.
Yeah.
How will the impermanent?
Yeah, you just explained that, right?
Yeah, I just explained that.
You can farm ice with only FUSDT. No, you can farm ice with ice or FUSDT for the first week, and then thereafter it'll be the other asset that gets voted in.
If there is a minimum, I say just add however much on the other coin, every chain and every pool. This can help. We need this. Yes, we need a minimum.
Yeah, I think most people agree, or also are explaining to people why we need that.
What we can do actually is a poll. I think this is a good idea, and we put 200, 300, and 1,000 ice.
And we can put none as well to show that that is a part of the poll, right?
Or
Because
zero.
I
Yes.
I really don't think that that is the smartest, or I mean that will just wreck most people.
Not zero will be terrible.
Yeah.
Like I think, 250, 500, 750. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, ICE 100X, you can vote zero.
Maybe Romy, maybe you can make a poll quick,
Yeah,
or
I
after
can-
this call we can make the poll.
Either after or right now, whenever you want, you just tell me and I will put it in an announcement.
Yeah,
But
let's do it
zero,
after.
it's a non-answer, to be honest. It needs to be one at least. Like, how can you do an FP with zero eyes?
0.001.
At
So
least
we're
one
gonna
eye.
say 200, 300, 500, and 1,000 or something like that. What do you think?
Yeah.
For the poll?
Yeah,
Okay,
let's do 1, 200, 300, 500, and 1,000.
Will the LPs be made directly from the Popsicle platform? No. But we have a lot of tutorials that we are building today.
I was just about to say, should we maybe talk about like where do you actually do this and all of this? So I guess, I mean, airdrop wise, we already went through it, right? There's no claiming. It's just going to be dropped to your BSC or your FTM address.
You guys apes want a fucking shit show with one. If you're gonna vote one, you really want the fucking craziest shit show ever. Like you're giving the botters, the real degen, like the botters making that money. Like, oh my god, it's really I mean, fuck it. I mean, if you will vote one, I'm on it. Like, let's go. I'm gonna build a bot too. Fucking hell. I'm gonna go degen. Like an airdrop of 150,000 LPs for one fucking
percent. Yeah, exactly.
yeah. It's gonna be fun. Where will the ICE token be listed? I have no fucking clue. Maybe it won't even be listed on Pancake because nobody wants to.
Should we
Where is Andre Kronie? He's in South Africa.
Where should we talk about the aspect of where you can actually like where do you actually farm?
Where on popsicle.finance.
Yeah.
Holy cow, there is a fuck ton of people right now listening. I just watched and there's a lot of people. F-bomb. No, guys. The bomb ICE, we are not gonna make it. Sorry. This is too much for me. Like, I don't want to have an heart attack during the IFO.
They're here for that soothing Italian accent, Daniele.
Yeah. F-bomb. There is a lot of people from Phantom, I think,
Well, no, the thing is that people that got the airdrop for ICE got the airdrop for F-bomb.
Yeah. Ice cream LP rewards will coming. But we have some cool idea in mind about that. So it's going to be some fun stuff going on with the ice cream LPs. So this you can wait on. We really like to make things that are fun and engaging too, because I mean, DeFi is cool also because of all the stupid stuff that you can do with it. When the audits on the farms, funds are safe. Yeah. So the 5th are gonna start the audits. Certic. I mean, it's a very simple design, so I mean, I don't want to fucking kill myself with this, but I think that of course you need to always put what you can with the risk adverse mentality, but I'm quite confident on my team.
Yeah,
my only designated pools. I want to mint 1,000 on my own shitcoin. Yeah, exactly. Me too, dude. I just minted 69 million of my shitcoin. Can you imagine? I mean, I would like to make another one. I would like to make a fucking bomb one and make an LP and get all the airdrops on my own ice. One collab with Zero Maki and Andre. Well, we are working. Well, we are already in a collaboration with Andre.
with Andre. Yeah.
So we are in a collaboration actually with Tether, that is the largest company on planet on crypto. Your voices, guys, make me horny. Yeah, me too. Sometimes I record myself and I listen to me. You mentioned the airdrops on FTM and BSC, but also on Ethereum for No Ethereum. No Ethereum.
All airdrops are on FTM and BSC. It's just going to be if you're a badger, then whatever address that you use to vote on Badger, it's the same address on BSC.
I know that they wanted me to show the mustache, but I tried to put the camera. I actually went to buy a fucking webcam just for this AMA. Because everybody that knows me knows that I'm never on the webcam on the desktop. I bought one and it was looking fantastic at the beginning. Even I was like, I kind of look cool on the HD cam. Maybe I should change my business. But no, everybody knows that I like webcam girls.
You are a webcam girl, no?
I am a webcam girl too, by night. By day, a popsicle. By night, webcam girl. Where can I find the contract of ICE token? You can't, because I'm not going to show you still. But you can actually find it on the Popsicle Finance GitHub if you want to review. Danielesesta OnlyFans. Actually, I thought about it, and I thought about making signals on OnlyFans, so everybody that subscribes can say to their girlfriend that actually they're on OnlyFans for watching my signals on buying shitcoins.
Why didn't we airdrop to OnlyFans?
That is amazing. Let's make a voting on the DAO for airdropping to OnlyFans. Can we pay shitcoin? Yeah, I think we are gonna give everybody a free subscription to some bitch on OnlyFans. Or some man, depending on
one of them.
Yeah.
You choose one of them, and suddenly she has thousands and thousands of subscribers. And
can you imagine? Like a really low follower one, and she and the man too. So we can we are cross chain there too. We are liquid, guys. Can you consider making another airdrop? Are we recording this because it's getting degenerate?
Yes, the answer is yes. We are recording this, and everything you say will be forever on the internet.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's great. That's how it all started. They just fucking airdropped to everybody. They went crazy on the fucking IFO. Everybody built random LPs. It's gonna be insane. Total degen. That's why we are here at the end of the day. That's the bull market, guys. Late on May benefit. Allora, late to the AMA here, but I'm sorry, you just heard the worst part of the AMA, Robo Shogun. Like, so, but is there any benefit or reason to provide liquidity on multiples? Yes, you get more airdrop. You get more airdrop.
What's the deal with Tether and Frapped?
We are the official. Wrapper of Tether on EVM compatible, and on any blockchain that we will support, we can bring Tether there officially. We can use their brand.
Which is why we are never going to support any sort of USDC pool.
No, just the full disclosure. I own the domain usdc.rip. We provide liquidity both on BSC and FTM with the same address. we would get the 1% LP airdrop on both chain. Yes.
See, so like I'm now starting to think maybe I'm just leaking alpha here, but honestly, go check to see how many people are are being an LP, because maybe that 1% airdrop is better if you just use those funds to stake or to farm. Sorry, right?
Yeah.
So
exactly.
like honestly, there's arb between the chains. Then there's arb between LP and farming.
Yeah. Make the gas fee increase tomorrow. Roadmap. I don't I don't think that roadmaps are. Look at the roadmap of Cardano. That's my answer. Like, weren't we supposed now to be like a multiplanetary species on the roadmap of Cardano?
Where do we directly farm? Yeah, on popsicle.finance.
Yeah, we do a snapshot anytime around the 48 hours, like usually we do.
Completely random.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, not
because
really
otherwise,
random,
obviously,
but, yeah.
otherwise people can game it and just go in right before and then leave again.
Popsicle Finance, we can farm or be LP. We spoke with all together as a team. We would like to implement a very easy way like Zapper to do it, but not on this stage. I'm sorry, guys. I wanted to, but if I knew that we were gonna do an IFO or whatever 1 week ago, we would have done it, but we not can make it for tomorrow. Sorry.
So yeah, one day soon.
Sooner than later. Yeah, I think index apps are very cool. I agree.
There's a guy asking when is the 48-hour window starting, and I guess it's from where we will open the farm, right?
From the first airdrop.
From the first airdrop, okay.
Yeah. How do you explain to your girlfriend that I spent all our savings on FUSDT? It's better than explain why you're watching my signals on OnlyFans.
0x wives will help.
He knows how to retain. He knows how to retain wives.
Do we need to create an LP on exchange.sushi first, or can we do that directly from the website?
Yeah, you need to do it from Sushi or Pancake, yes.
We don't have that yet on the website.
Regarding the first Phantom, yes, you will get for both, yes. Both as an LP. So if it was an LP before our tweet in a certain dates, you will get a lot of airdrop. If not after, anything that you interacted with the Sushi V2 contract will be paid. What makes a Popsicle useful for people? Liquidity. Like the situation, as you can see, is that we proved just by doing an airdrop that Sushi Swap existed on Phantom, which is hilarious. Because if you look at the unique addresses, they went almost doubled. And this just proves the fact that people is looking for alternatives, and the liquidity is concentrated and inefficient at the moment. What Yarn did for lending, we are going to do it for LP of AMMs of automated market makers. And if you look at the total value locked on LPs from AMMs, it's almost 30% larger than anything else. So this is bigger. Much bigger.
Sweet.
So rug pool in one of 1,000 LPs. Yes, definitely. It's the biggest rug pool you will ever see. I don't even have ICE tokens, guys. I don't know if you realize. We have vesting on our tokens. I cannot even get the airdrop.
And also, honestly, if this was a rug pull, we've put way too much fucking energy and hours into this shit.
Yeah, exactly. Really. Oh, it's really too much. Tell me about it, Georgie. Let's react, please, to Georgie with some love. Because he deserves it. I basically changed everything in the last minute, poor guy. Last question: when we will expose Brian?
When will we expose Brian?
when mustache Brian? Actually,
that is when is that happening? Is Brian here?
I am from Italy, and I live in Zug in Switzerland. It's all public. He's not here. Brian, of course, is not here.
This is a very good question, actually. So at the time of the snapshot, as the liquidity, as the LP, do we have to have at least 300, or is it just needed to initially put in 300 ICE?
Yeah, it's so the snapshot will be of going inside, adding liquidity.
Yeah. Very good question, though.
Yeah, very good question. I'm impressed.
Where is the WeChat and Telegram group for the Chinese community?
Yeah,
we don't have one.
we have
Right
an
now we only have
international-
the Chinese Discord. But I think we have we have the mod for the Chinese Discord. Maybe he can.
Yeah,
set up
now
the-
it's too late.
Yeah.
He was saying that it's unfortunate that he couldn't be connected.
Yeah.
But we will work towards building a more inclusive community for our national friends. The answer of that was that we snapshot when you get into the pool as a liquidity provider. So the transaction that adds to the LP, adds the LP.
Maybe this was answered, but the single side ICE FUSDT pools only last first week. No, so they're not going to only last first week. That's just going to be the first single sided pools. They'll continue to last, but there's going to be more assets, right? And so those are still going to be around though.
It's going to be open depending on George's mood. Because he's not going to even know. No, I'm going to tell you, I promise, Georgie, when we do that.
Will farming be opened immediately with the launch?
Yeah,
of the
exactly.
token?
That's yes, it will be open immediately.
Yeah. Do you have Italian ice in Italy?
Oh no.
No, it's only sorbetto.
Sorbetto, only sorbetto. What about the rest of the supply? Bravo! This is a very good question. So we are going to decide how and how much to incentivize. I thought about this. I think I don't have the right answer. It's going to be locked in a multi-sig, and we are going to give it to voting how we are going to incentivize the rest of the LPs and how long we are going to do the incentivization. Because I was thinking 2 years, but maybe we should be 3 or 4 or 5 or 6. We need to decide all together.
Yeah. And again, I mean, I think that's also, obviously, it's the aspect of we're the market maker of market makers, right? Cross-chain, and maybe we do liquidity bootstrapping or something like that with the other supply, right? But I mean, if there's any ideas or whatever how we can do that, shoot them in the Reddit.
The tokens are not locked when you enter in the ICE staking in the Popsicle stand. By the way, reinforcing. So when you are adding liquidity to a pool, you make a very specific type of transaction. That transaction needs to include at least 300 eyes in the transaction.
Yeah. Mugi, if I make 3 transactions of 300, do I get 3 times airdrop? I mean, if it's with different addresses,
If
then
it's
yeah,
with
sure.
different addresses, yes, sure.
Yeah.
Or on different chains, right?
No,
Or on
even
different-
on the same.
Yeah, I mean, but if the same address does.
If it's the same address, no.
Okay.
Yeah, it's open to have anybody to game it, but you need to have 300 eyes each address. So
Yeah.
you're actually doing a favor to everybody to adding liquidity if you want to take your time to do it 300, 300, 300. That's why we need to vote.
Yeah.
It's not public, but the actual smart contract is. Does the LP need to stay? If it's not there during the snapshot, it's not going to get it.
And you don't know when the snapshot is within the 48 hours, so.
Yeah, we will check if you are still in the pool with that address as an LP. So we will check if you still hold the LP tokens after you added the liquidity.
So when Moon asked, wait, does that mean that if someone made multiple Discord accounts, they could have gotten multiple airdrops before 18th? Yeah, for sure. But the thing is, no one even knew that we were doing airdrops then, right?
Yes, exactly. Nobody knew.
So, yeah. This is the first yield farming pool on FTM.
Yes.
Yep. First cross-chain yield farm as well.
Yes.
Binance soon.
Well, we will need to do a community vote to pay those idiotic fees.
Yeah, fuck that. They better list us just because we have the strongest community ever.
Exactly. If they will want to list us, they will. If not, fuck it.
Exactly.
Yeah, we are a decentralized protocol anyway. I mean, if somebody wants to, we route liquidity on dexes. I mean, we don't read centralized exchanges.
Sweet.
Will we do something written to summarize? Yes.
Yeah, so I think on the point of that, we're definitely going to summarize this in written, but at the same time, anyone who's been here on the call, please help everyone in the channels as well.
Yes.
I think, that's just everyone that's here should want to help everyone, right?
Who controls the multi-sig? Right now, I control it with the team. It's gonna be a community vote for multi-signers.
All right.
When direct bridge between hopefully tomorrow.
How are the APYs? We don't know. I mean, we have the emissions we know, right? The emissions you can go read in announcements. Week 1 is 724,500 ICE. But we don't know how many people are going to be depositing funds.
So this is one last. What is the difference between holding an LP the first 48 and the rest of the month? So I'm going to propose a vote right away for week 2 to incentivize LPs, all LPs of ICE that we have for the drop, for the incentivization as a pair.
Yeah.
No lockup. You can move in and out how you want. That's why we want to also show how cool it is on BSC and FTM to move and farm how you want. That is the success of BSC at the end. You will give CC up.
Sweet. Should
I
we
think
one last? Do you guys have any plan? There's no whitelisted addresses and there's no cap deposits.
How did you guys? Smart.
Danny is God.
I
Actually, Tether found him on OnlyFans.
Yes, they follow me on OnlyFans.
Sweet. Should we end it here?
Yes, I think I hope that we really responded everything that is related to tomorrow. Thank you very much for being here. I'm super excited. Of course, I will not sleep tonight, so you will hit me on governance till 5 in the morning. I will be there. So, but please help me on responding to everyone, guys, because.
Also, I think if people want to, I don't know if people took notes, if people want to write their own article or write their own content or guide or whatever it is in terms of what's happening, obviously that's super helpful as well. I think all of us, the team, like we really try to make everything happen, but the more help there is, the better, of course.
Yes, really. Okay.
Sweet.
Let's go.
All right. See you guys.
See you guys. Ciao.
Ciao. Bye.